Here are some ways that you can start generating leads for free, whether you are a new real estate agent, maybe you're established, or you're just looking to add in some free and low cost ways to get leads, to get more business and start talking to more people. We're going to talk about some things that are working for me in my personal real estate business right now and some ideas for you so that you can try these out and see if these work for your business. Made coffee at home today. Just got a little espresso machine. If you guys know me, I love coffee, and I'm just trying to like make coffee at home. I want my little at-home coffee bar. So I made a Teddy Graham shaken espresso, so good. Ways to get real estate leads for free for your business, whether you're a new agent or you're just looking to add in some low-cost ways. That is so good. Okay, so very first thing that I want to talk about is YouTube. So you're watching this video on YouTube, which is great, or you might be listening to the podcast version of this. And on this channel, I am not focusing on trying to get leads. I'm trying to help other real estate agents with their marketing and lead generation. But me and my mom are a team here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we have a YouTube channel. Now, we started that channel, and when we started it, it took a while. We were following a lot of different advice and things like that until we started finding our way. But what we started finding was when we started making these like niche videos about certain niches, relocation, 55 plus, and even military relocation, military members that were PCSing to Luke Air Force Base over here, that we started getting leads from these videos. So the nice thing about this is that if you have a cell phone, which is what you're watching, this is how I'm making this video, is I'm making it on my cell phone. You can actually start creating videos right now, and they don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be you don't have to be a professional videographer. You don't have to be a professional photographer. You are a real estate agent, but what you can do is you can start creating videos talking about the communities and the neighborhoods that you want to serve, the niche, who do you want to serve? Do you want to work with first-time home buyers? Do you want to work probate listings? Do you want to work with, people going through a divorce and having to sell their assets and their home, right? Think about who you want to serve, and then think about your local area. So combine your niche and the interests that you want to work with, and then combine your local areas. And depending on where you're at, like I'm in Phoenix, so this is a big metro area. I don't primarily market and work all of Phoenix. Now, I spent years trying to do that, and honestly, it burned me out. I was burned out. So burned out. I was trying to be everywhere to everyone. And I am really somebody who I don't like to say no, I don't do that, or that's not my thing, that's not my specialty. But honestly, sometimes you have to. And so if you can figure out your area and what your niche is and your specialty, that is going to help you so much. Because if you're in a big metro area like me, let's say you're in Denver, LA, Dallas, Houston, Miami, I'm just thinking of all of these metro areas, right? Charlotte, North Carolina. You don't want to be everywhere in those areas, because what if you get somebody who wants an appointment over here, and then you have an appointment over here, and then you still have to make a video, and you're going over here, and it's now you just spent half of your day, literally 3 to 4 hours just driving. That alone is I just don't think it's sustainable. So niche down on certain areas. You can even go as specific as neighborhoods. Go do a driving tour of a neighborhood, talk about the home prices, talk about how old the homes are, the amenities, things like that. You can do videos talking about moving to those neighborhoods or selling in those neighborhoods. What are the frequently asked questions that you get? So I honestly know that YouTube is a long game, but the sooner that you get started with YouTube, the sooner that you can start getting leads from it. And here's the thing with YouTube, you don't need a lot of views. You don't need to be viral. You don't need to have thousands of subscribers. You need people who are specifically searching for the information in your area. So if you can be the one to be creating the content and optimize it with your area and your niche and the keywords that people are using, you have a better chance to get found because they're specifically looking for that information. And if you're thinking about doing relocation at all, like I think relocation could be applicable to so many niches too. Like we primarily now focus on 55 plus, but it's 55 plus relocation. And then also about a third to maybe a half of those people are also interested in new construction. So you can kind of combine niches to talk about those different things, like talk about the relocation side. And people don't, if they're not familiar with the area, they probably don't know a bunch of real estate agents here already. And you can be the one to show them the areas, talk about the good and the bad, you know, the pros and the cons, all that type of stuff, and build trust and earn that relationship. Okay, number 2, if you're a new agent, you might not have this, you might not have the ability to do this yet, but past clients. So I took 2024 pretty much off of my business completely. I finished up one deal that was supposed to close at the end of 2023. It carried over. I took one referral listing, and then over the summer, late summer, I ended up taking a listing from past clients and friends of mine who were relocating out of our area. And then in the new year, I took a listing and a buy side from past clients and friends as well. So I was not actively marketing my business. In fact, I took all of 2024 off of marketing real estate besides the listings that I had. So if you want listing leads, staying in touch with your past clients and being there for them and maintaining those relationships, honestly, I have worked like primarily early on in my business with people who were friends or acquaintances, right? So I kept most of the relationships, which is why I'm, even without like actively marketing my business, keeping the relationships and keeping in touch with those people, I was still able to earn the leads and the listings when they went to sell their house. So if you're a new agent, you don't have past clients yet, something that you could do, which is something that like I do and want to do more of, like I want to do it more consistently and get better at it, is following up with people like on their home anniversaries, like forever. So what you could do, because a lot of agents abandon their clients on like after they close, like they never ever talk to them again, don't stay in touch with them. This is my recipe page, Bubba.
So I can still read it.
I can still read it. Okay, but that means that we have to put this up by where Mommy's keeping her recipe stuff, okay? But it's beautiful. I love it.
And look at this art.
I love it. Yeah, so my son doesn't have school today, so he just took one of my recipe pages and drew on it, but that's okay. Anyways, one thing you could do is you could send out like happy anniversary letters to people in neighborhoods that you would love to get listings in and offer to give them an updated home value. So this is obviously a little bit more cold marketing and you're gonna have to pay for stamps, but you could just take like a cheap note card. Actually, let me see real quick. I tend to keep note cards over here. Okay, oh, this one has writing on it, but so you could take like a little note card and envelope, like super basic, and just, you know, send it out. It's personalized. It's probably more likely to get opened that way, and then just offer them a home value, or you know, potentially could send like a one-page home valuation. I send out, or I have a template inside of my marketing membership for agents that's like a one-page home anniversary update that you can send, and you could do that. So if you want to work a couple of neighborhoods, and let's say they're like 5 to 7 years old, this would be the perfect time, because the likelihood that they've been getting like an annual update on their home value is pretty low. And honestly, it's a way, if you don't have past clients yet, to potentially do that. So that's not necessarily a free way, but if you have past clients, if you've been an agent for at least a couple of years and you have past clients, just keeping the relationship and then like each year sending them a quick update of their home value is a good way to continue to get further business from them if they do happen to do another transaction down the road. It's not something where like most people are going to buy and then they're going to sell right away, right? But long term, keep the relationship, keep in front of them for a long time. Now, one thing that I will say is if you are somebody who has rental clients or you're working rentals because you're early, you're new in your business, is I would stay in touch with those people like as soon as they get into that rental and start talking to them about buying. Obviously, not every single one of them is going to be buying, but if they're renting, they may have an interest in buying, or they may think that they can't buy it and you can show them the way and start working with them. Because honestly, if they get into a 1-year rental or like a 15-month rental or something like that, it's a shorter term one, you have that chance to say, you know what, we could take this whole entire year working together to prepare you so that you're ready to buy. Or, hey, there's these new construction communities, 5 miles away from you, and they're offering these incentives. I actually think that you guys could qualify. Can I help you guys see if you guys could be homeowners this time next year? That would be a great way if you're working rentals in your business right now. Okay, and then the third way that I have been getting leads recently has been Facebook. So I like to talk a lot about how you just like cannot rely on Instagram, and I still use Instagram. Like I keep a presence there, but honestly, Instagram is my like last focus currently. But right now I have been using Facebook groups and Facebook Marketplace to get leads, especially as now that it's 2025, I'm getting back into production. I decided like when I took this other listing, I'm going to start marketing again to get, go back into production. I took a good break. I feel like it was good. Okay, I'm ready. So with that, I've been, we moved a couple of months ago to a new city. It's about 25 minutes away from where we were living before. It's a city that I'm very familiar with and that I've worked a ton of transactions over here, but I wasn't personally living over here. And what's interesting is that even though it's not that far away and I was very familiar with the city, it is like I'm having to make new friends. Like I'm like, oh, we don't know anybody over here. I'm having to meet people. So I'm trying to get more involved in our local moms Facebook group. Honestly, I thought about starting my own, but this Facebook group that I'm in for this city is so big and I'm so involved. Like I'm already in it all the time. I might as well, it's a group that I'm already in. So I'm like, I might as well just get involved. Fun fact is that you can make a cover and like individualize your profile on Facebook for each group you're in. So if you're engaging in a group a lot, you could like make a cover specific for that group and a bio specific for that group. That way, if people click on your profile, they end up seeing you, and like you could have maybe like a guide that you offer them or something like that. So I've been using like just connecting with people in Facebook groups, and then also I've been getting a lot of emails from the builders around the area asking me if I have buyers and asking me to promote their incentives, and a lot of the incentives are really good. I mean, I literally just got an email like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago about a community that was offering 11% in seller concessions, and some of their buyers that they had were getting as low as like 2.25% interest rates. And so I said, hey, can I promote these listings, these homes, and these incentives like on my social media and to my email list? And they said, yes, please go for it. So what I've been doing is I've always done this, but I've been creating Facebook Marketplace listings, and I actually got a couple of leads in the last couple of weeks from that, and then just continuing to be active on social media in our new city and meet people. I'm planning to do a popsicles in the park like meetup, I think at the end of May when school gets out. And then that will be something that I'm going to try to co-host with a lender sponsor. And then I'm also going to start doing like a quarterly events list, and I will do both an online version, which is free, and then I'll do a limited version of like, hey, if you want to get this cute mailer for the quarterly events for the city, get onto my mailing list. And then depending on the interest that I get in that, I may ask for one of our vendors to like co-sponsor it with me because of mailing costs. The group that I'm in has like, I think the moms group has over 10,000 members in it. So not saying that I'm going to get 10,000 members, but traditionally in the past, when I've done like a local guide or something like that, I have gotten hundreds. And, you know, so if the list is like anything more than 50, I might be like, hey, can you co-sponsor this with me? Share mailing costs. We can both have our info on there because I'm going to want them to work with that lender anyways. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm planning to do, is dive in more into the Facebook groups and then the Facebook marketplace for the new construction. I would love to get more new construction transactions going and just like build out, you know, like every few months. I've got more going under contract. So because the timelines, you know, they're going to be further out depending on the stage of the build. But if I could get some that are like quick close and then some that are like, you know, start to finish, you know, everything from choosing the lot or design center stage, that would be great because then, you know, I'm having closings for the most part, like scheduled out in advance, and that will create some more predictability. So these are 3 ideas that you can get started with right now. And then of course, anything that you do, you know, promote your email list, give some kind of item of value. For our YouTube channel, we just created a really in-depth 55 plus community guide for Phoenix, and we are promoting that, putting it as a call to action in the video that's relevant, and then also in the description in the first comment, we're going to pin that up there. And then we are continuing to do, you know, everything that we do online or offline. We're talking about that, trying to get people actually like onto our email list or into our database so that we own that contact. So these are 3 ideas that you can do to start getting real estate leads for free or pretty cheap, depending on if you're a new agent or more experienced, or if you're just looking to maybe stop spending so much money on paid lead sources and paying for, you know, like the pay at close companies. So those are my ideas. Those are what I'm doing and like focusing on right now. Let me know if you have any questions and if you have any thoughts on this, or if you have other ideas, just you can post them in the comments. And of course, if you have any clients that are relocating to the Phoenix area, we primarily serve the Phoenix West Valley, you know, Peoria, Glendale, Surprise, Sun City. We work with a lot of 55 plus buyers that are moving here to retire, whether it's seasonally or permanently, but we would love to pay you a referral fee. I will link my information to reach out to me for referrals down below, and I will see you guys on the next video.